movie begins with a rescue team arriving in the middle of the ocean, where a crashed space capsule has just been located. Several rescue boats surround the crash site as they recover the only survivor, an astronaut named Sam. She is quickly taken to a hospital. Sometime later, Sam wakes up feeling extremely dizzy. As she looks around the room, something strange catches her attention. A pen is floating above a tray, but suddenly, people enter the room. When she looks back, the pen is completely normal again. They begin asking her questions to check her condition, and Sam tells them what she saw, but the doctors brush it off, saying that hallucinations like that can happen after an incident like hers. Then they ask the most important question: what exactly happened out there? Sam explains that everything was normal at first. She received coordinates from mission control and the mission was going smoothly, but then something hit her capsule. After that, her memory becomes unclear. She thinks she may have lost consciousness during the fall, but she isn't completely sure. The doctors reveal something even more concerning. Something pierced through the capsule and even damaged her helmet. They don't know what it was yet, but they suspect it could be space debris. Samples from her suit are already being analyzed. Later, Sam is visited by her husband Mark and their daughter Izzy, but due to quarantine, they can only speak through a glass barrier. Her father also arrives and shares unexpected news. Government agencies are now involved in the investigation. Strange signals were detected during her return, and they want answers. Soon after, Sam is moved to a secure house far away from the public. When she arrives, Dr. Michelle gives her a quick tour. The place is isolated, originally built for military testing decades ago. Now it's used for recovery and high-level security cases. Outside, there's even a telescope, so Sam can still feel connected to space. But when she tries to use it, a sharp, painful sound suddenly hits her. She freezes. For a moment, strange flashes appear in her mind, memories that don't feel like her own. Michelle quickly steps in and calms her down, explaining that these symptoms are not unusual. She warns Sam that more effects may appear, like nosebleeds or sudden vision. For now, the only focus is recovery. After the team leaves, Sam is finally alone, but something still doesn't feel right. She checks her condition again. No fever, but her injury looks worse than before. As she starts unpacking, her nose suddenly begins to bleed. She heads to the kitchen, just as she receives a video call from her friend Val. They begin talking normally, but suddenly, Sam goes silent. She stares toward the backyard. Val keeps calling her name, until Sam finally snaps out of it. She brushes it off, saying she thought she saw something, but outside, something really is there. After the call ends, the house suddenly goes quiet. Then, the lights begin flickering. A strange noise echoes from another room. Sam slowly walks in to check, and finds the floor covered in dirt and rainwater, and the back door is wide open. Carefully, she steps outside and looks through the telescope again. Scanning the dark wood, she notices something moving in the shadow, but before she can focus on it, it disappears, not realizing that whatever it is now on the roof of the house. Suddenly, that same sharp, painful sound hits her again. Her vision fills with strange flashes. The next morning, Sam wakes up and notices something strange. Her bandage is gone, and the bruise on her hand has spread even further. While making breakfast, something impossible happens. An egg starts floating in midair. She carefully touches it, and it drifts. When she lets go, it stays suspended. But the moment the medical team arrives, it drops and cracks like nothing ever happened. The rest of the morning is filled with intense testing. During a workout, Sam suddenly feels pain in her foot, but brushes it off as a cramp. Later, exhausted, she rests with ice on her body. Michelle apologizes for pushing her so hard, but says the data they're collecting is important. When asked about new symptoms, Sam hides the truth and says she feels fine. After they leave, Sam calls Mark. She suggests going on a family trip once she recovers, but Mark hesitates. He admits things aren't the same anymore and worries about what's best for Izzy if they separate. She insists her family still matters to her, that she wants Izzy to have the kind of family she never had. It's revealed Izzy was adopted, and even that hasn't brought the peace they expected. Their conversation is interrupted when Izzy excitedly shows a drawing, their family, with strange figures in the sky. Later, Sam walks into the forest again. The painful sound returns. She grabs her head as more visions flood in. A search team moving through smoke and debris. When it finally stops, she looks down and notices something buried under the leaves, a cable. She follows it and finds a rock with a faint light. She discovers a hidden camera underneath. Shocked, she quickly searches the area and finds another one. As she tries to head back, she trips and hits her head. Everything goes black. When Sam wakes up, she's back in bed with a pounding headache. Then she notices someone in the room. A man steps in. It's William. He explains they found her outside and brought her in. He had called a search team after finding the house empty. When Sam asks about the cameras, William admits something. This place isn't just a recovery house. It's a secure, safe house. He takes her downstairs and reveals a hidden section behind the walls. They move deeper underground into a fully equipped facility. There are living quarters and a central control system running on its own power. William shows her multiple security feeds surrounding the property. In case of danger, the house can completely seal itself. After he leaves, the monitors suddenly glitch. Something isn't right. Later, Sam checks her injury again. The bruise has spread further up her arm, takes a picture and sends it to Val. Val casually replies that it's nothing serious, just use ice. But at this point, it's clearly something much more. That evening, Sam tries to calm herself by relaxing in the outdoor jacuzzi. Then suddenly, everything goes quiet. The wind completely stops. From the woods, she hears strange, unnatural sound. But just a second later, the wind starts again like nothing happened. Now uneasy, Sam quickly heads back inside and tries calling Mark, but the call goes straight to voicemail. At that moment, the lights begin to flicker. Grabbing a flashlight, she steps onto the balcony and looks around, but sees nothing. When she turns back inside, the lights suddenly go out, and for a brief moment, she sees something standing at the door. It takes her a second to process it, but when she looks again, it's gone. The lights come back on. Trying to stay calm, Sam slowly opens the door and scans the area with her flashlight, but there's nothing there. She goes back inside and locks the door. As she starts heading toward her bedroom, the house AI suddenly detects a security breach and initiates a lockdown. Instantly, heavy metal panels seal every door and window. Sam is now trapped inside. She tries to make a call, but there's no signal. Then the same painful sound hits her again. She freezes, but from the next room, a low, disturbing sound echoes. Terrified, Sam rushes downstairs. Panicking, she reaches the control panel and starts pressing switches, but nothing works. The doors won't open. Then, the doorknob nearby slowly begins to turn on its own. The moment she points the flashlight at it, it stops. After a brief hesitation, she forces herself to open the door. As she steps out, the lights flicker again. A plant near the window suddenly shakes, startling her enough to drop the flashlight. She quickly picks it up and freezes. A strange hand presses against the glass from the outside. Sam screams. She immediately runs downstairs and opens the hidden entrance, rushing into the bunker. She powers up the security system. She scans the outside area and sees it. A strange figure crouched on the grass, watching. She keeps staring at the screen in fear, and unknowingly spends the entire night sitting there. The next morning, the sound of her phone ringing suddenly wakes her up. She rushes upstairs and finds William with his team already inside the house. Sam quickly tells him something is wrong with the power. William confirms they detected outages and sends his team to investigate. Sam insists that something got inside the house. William reassures her and says he'll review the security footage. Soon after, more medical tests begin. Michelle examines the spreading bruise and admits it doesn't look normal. She decides to schedule further scans. Later, Mark and Izzy arrive to visit. While William spends time with Izzy, Sam and Mark step into the woods to talk privately. Sam tells him everything, that she saw something not from this world. She even wonders if whatever hit her capsule came back with her. Before Mark can respond, Izzy interrupts them. Afterwards, Sam and William review the security footage together. The cameras glitch, but there's no sign of anything outside. William assumes Sam is just overwhelmed by stress and reminds her to rest. After he leaves, Sam runs a full system scan on the house. The result stops her cold. 9 people inside, exactly matching her family and William's team. Outside, Mark, Izzy, and Sam take a walk through the woods. For a moment, things feel almost normal again. But suddenly, they hear a strange sound and realize Izzy is gone. Panic sets in as they start searching for her. Then, Izzy suddenly appears behind them, holding a dead insect in her hand. At that exact moment, a sharp, disturbing sound spreads through the air as countless insects begin reacting at once. Terrified, the family rushes back inside the house. They watch in horror as the insects completely cover the windows, blocking out the sunlight. Then, just as suddenly, everything goes silent. The insects are gone. A cleanup team arrives soon after, and officials suggest it could be some kind of environmental disturbance. Sam asks about updates on the capsule analysis, but there are still no answers. Mark leaves with Izzy, promising to return later. Once alone again, Sam notices her foot feels off. She removes her shoe and sees blood. Rushing to the bathroom, she checks it more closely, only to realize the injury isn't small. Later that evening, while she's trying to relax, the lights suddenly begin flickering again. Fear takes over. She blocks the back door with furniture. Desperate for answers, Sam searches online and finds reports linking strange insect behavior to unusual atmospheric disturbances. What catches her attention the most? Images of people with marks similar to hers. Suddenly, she feels something on her back. She rushes to the mirror and sees the same marks spreading across her shoulder. The lights flicker again. This time, she immediately activates the alarm and runs downstairs. Strange noises are already echoing through the house. Just then, Mark calls. He tells her he's on his way, but Sam, shaken, asks him something unexpected. If she's been a good mother. Mark is confused. At the same time, the house AI announces another breach. Lockdown begins again. Sam warns Mark that something is inside the house. Just as the sounds grow closer, she rushes toward the bunker stairs, but suddenly collapses from a sharp pain in her back. She falls hard. When she reaches behind her, her hand touches something strange, unfamiliar substance. Her phone is broken, and now the sounds are coming from upstairs. Sam quickly gets to the control system and checks the cameras. Nothing, no one visible. But when she scans the building, the system detects someone else inside. The screens begin glitching, and for the first time, she sees it. Something something inside the house. Terrified, she shuts the system down. Another scan runs. Now there are multiple unknown presences on the upper floors. Thinking fast, Sam triggers a defense response. Smoke begins filling parts of the house. She moves quickly, trying to stay hidden. In the kitchen, she freezes, spotting a reflection in the oven. One of the creatures is there. It moves past without noticing her. She tries to slip away, but suddenly, another one enters. Now trapped, she hides again, waiting. The moment it leaves, she runs. She reaches a bathroom, blocks the door, and tries to stay silent, but her arm starts hurting again. Outside, something begins forcing the door. With no time left, Sam hides inside the shower. Moments later, the door gives in. She spots a vent above and forces it open. Now moving through the walls, she searches for a way out. Meanwhile, outside the house, Mark and Izzy arrive. They see the lockdown is active. Mark tries calling Sam, but gets nothing. He steps out to investigate. Back inside, Sam drops back into another corridor. As she moves, something suddenly grabs her leg. She struggles and manages to break free. She keeps moving through the narrow spaces as the marks on her body begin to glow faintly. Finally, she finds an exit. Climbing up through a hidden hatch, she escapes into the forest. Izzy notices something in the forest, a strange light. She starts moving toward it. Mark follows. Now running through the trees, she hears the same disturbing sounds again, but something feels wrong. She can't hear her family anywhere. On the road nearby, William arrives with an armed team. He warns them they are dealing with something highly intelligent and sends them in. While the soldiers search the rest of the house, William heads down into the bunker and finds everything in complete chaos. Out in the forest, Sam collapses to the ground as she hears the creatures getting closer. Suddenly, one of the creatures steps forward. It gently lifts her chin and looks at her, not with aggression, but with calm, familiar eyes. It speaks in a strange language, and somehow Sam understands every word. More creatures begin to gather as the first one softly tells her they've been searching for her. Confused, Sam asks who they are. They tell her that they are her family. Still struggling to process it, Sam hesitates. Then the creature gently presses its forehead against her. In that moment, everything becomes clear. The visions she's been seeing weren't random. They were memory. Long ago, her real family crash-landed on Earth. A military team led by William tried to capture them. In the chaos, Sam was separated from them. To survive, she activated a device that altered her appearance, making her look human. When William found her, she appeared to be a young woman, and he took her in. But her real family never stopped searching for her. They knew the disguise wouldn't last forever. Back in the present, Mark and Izzy arrive and find Sam surrounded by these beings. Izzy is frightened after seeing her mother's glowing form, but Sam gently reassures her that no one will hurt her. At that moment, William steps in and reveals the truth. He admits he always knew what she was. He pushed her toward becoming an astronaut and sent her on that mission on purpose. She was never just part of the mission. She was the bait. Now, he wants to capture the others as government assets. He calls in his team and orders Sam to tell them to surrender, but she refuses. The situation quickly escalates. When William pulls out his weapon, Mark steps in and tackles him to the ground, trying to stop things from getting worse. At the same time, Sam's camouflage finally fades, revealing her true form. The soldiers are closing in, and Mark tells her to leave for her own safety. Izzy slowly raises her hand, and Sam gently touches it one last time before turning away. Moments later, she leaves with her real family. By the time the soldiers arrive, it's already too late. A bright spacecraft rises into the sky, and they disappear from Earth. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching till the end.